Hello guys, I'm Sanchi and welcome back.
Oh, here we go again.
So Formula 1 is officially back with a new season. So the new era of new regulations and new rules is officially started and the first race at Melbourne is already done. I still don't know if I like it or not. I'm just going with it. I'm just watching whatever they are showing us. And I'm still trying to understand what's really going on. For me, honestly, it was quite entertaining because I really kept my expectations low to begin with. I kinda enjoyed it, it was really fun to watch. We saw many DNFs, we saw some drivers complaining how they cannot recharge their batteries. So let's quickly do the review of the 2026 Australian Grand Prix. So I think my biggest prediction for the Australian Grand Prix was Oscar Piastri will win at his home race. You all know I wanted it since so long because oh my god, it's always so bad for Australian drivers at the Australian Grand Prix. I don't know why. Fans call it Aussie curse, but oh my god, was it really Aussie curse or what the fuck was that? Because Oscar Piastri's race was over before the lights went out. It was so heartbreaking because I don't know how Oscar's handling all of this. I don't know how to fix it, but we surely need to do something with this Aussie curse. So then we finally got FI changing the restart procedure. So we got a 5-second delay before the lights went out. So in those 5 seconds, all of the cars can rev up their engine and then start their race. So George Russell got a very good start, but Kimi somehow, who was on the second position, dropped back, and you know who came through? The Ferraris. So Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc made their way to the front, and after that it was all about George Russell versus Charles Leclerc. I don't know from where Ferrari launched their rocket ship.
Yeah, boy.
But oh my god, they were totally giving tough competition to the Mercedes guys. Now we got to talk about Arvid because it was his first race in Formula 1. So imagine you're an 18-year-old kid and it's your debut in the world's toughest racing sport and you score points. It was such a proud moment. I had a lot of expectations from Arvid and I'm gonna keep my expectations high for the whole season because what a guy he is. I saw his post-race interview clips and oh my god, he was so mature for his age. He said he's here to fight and that's what we saw in the very first race. So Arvid had a very good qualifying for his very first race weekend because he made it to Q3, which is very rare for a rookie. So after the chaotic start of the race, Arvid benefited. He just drove his way through and he made up to P4 or P3. I really don't remember. What was it? God, that was so impressive for a rookie. So there was someone for whom I was really optimistic for this weekend because everyone on the internet was talking about the Red Bull second seat curse and I was like, no, it's not gonna happen with Zach. So it was his very first Formula 1 race weekend with the energy drink company. On Saturday, this man qualified P3. Yes, you're hearing me right. This man qualified P3 just to DNF at the main race. There was some smoke coming out of his Red Bull and later we got to know there were some mechanical issues and that's why Zach had to retire his car from the race. So while this situation was going on, George and Charles continued to battle against each other while Lewis Hamilton was trying his best to get on the podium. So then the virtual safety car came out and Mercedes took the advantage.
Yeah, boy.
They pitted Russell, it was on new tires. Ferrari being Ferrari just disappointed us with the strategy call.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
They did not pit. I don't know what's wrong with them. Lewis was actually asking them to pit, but God, we don't know what's going on with Ferrari. At this point, fans are making better strategy calls than Ferrari you are. Because of this strategy fumble, Mercedes got advantage. And oh my god, George Russell is the winner of the very first Formula 1 Grand Prix of 2026. And by the way guys, there's new penalty introduced by FIA, Cola Pinto and Go penalty. I think the people who were sitting at the broadcast editing all of this were high on something. Cause what is this mistake, guys?
Cola Pinto and Go penalty.
So now it's time for the radio recaps. So I still don't know what Charles Leclerc was trying to say when he said mushroom in a Mario Kart. Cause Charles, let's add that to the words of wisdom. At this point, I feel like Charles Leclerc, you're the dad of all the funny radio messages. I mean, after Alonso, come on. Also, this was the radio message of George Russell after winning the race. And he sounded really happy, but his voice was very cringe. The star of the race is of course Maximilian Verstappen. He started from P20 and he finished his race at at P6. Pain of the race, of course it has to be Aston Martin because you guys are so embarrassing. I'm just very disappointed in Aston Martin, especially after all the hype they created that Aston Martin and Adrian Newey together. So that was it guys, this was my review of the very first Formula 1 Grand Prix of the 2026 season. So if you all enjoyed this video, then just press the like button and subscribe. See you at the next weekend at the Chinese Grand Prix.